Hello friends, this is Ramesh Sharma here. You are watching RegJS series for beginners. So today in this video we are going to learn about REST API. So this is just an introductory video, and other with coding or practical we will do in next video. So since now we are going to start a REST API, so this topic is very important for us because it is used in the MERN stack or MERN stack projects or with the Node.js or with many things, like if you want to fetch data from other website using its credentials or using its API, you can say that. So with the help of HTTP request. So here I will tell you about introduction of REST API, and first of all we will get to know about what is API also. So and what type of request we can send and how we can get the response here. So we will get to know about this with the help of some text here, with the help of some presentation here. So I made this presentation for you and I collected the data from internet from the various sites. So let's start the introduction about REST API, and in the next video we are going to do the practical of this. So please don't skip this video and watch this till end because this video is going to be very important. So let's start. So let's know about, first of all, know about API here. What is an API? So let's move to next slide. So we will get to know about what is an API. So API is for a website is code that allows two softwares to communicate with each other. So what this means? So see that in the client that are using button here, and there is a server computer here. You can say that server, or you can say that it is a database here. You can say that this is a database here. So when a user, see that when like we are taking an example of Google here. See that in the Google we type here something like http www.youtube.com. So what is that? That is an HTTP request. So it will send response to our server here. So that is our Google server. So it will search from the databases that this is a website here. So then it will give us the response here, and our website will open here. Or you can say that here is our one website here, that is our YouTube here. So in the YouTube we search something here. We search something and it will send a API request to our database here. It will send request, get request, or get request. You can say that, and post request it can be sent also. So now server will give us the response here. First it will search. If our search message, it will give us the response here, and that video will show here. So now this request is sent with the help of API here. So that's why this line say that API is a code. API is a code that allows us to send requests, or that allows us to communicate one server to client here. You can say that two softwares are communicating with each other. So here we send the request for data, and after searching the data it sends us the response here. If response is correct, if data is searched, the response will give in the form of any tabular form, or you can say that like YouTube there is a video here. So otherwise it will give us the error or give us the message no responses found here. So now let's see what is REST API. So REST API is also same here. So it is RESTful API. So it helps us to send HTTP requests like get, push, put, post and delete here. So this is a REST API, only nothing is special here. So now let's see types of requests here. So that are sent by the REST API. So we will see in details. So there are four types of requests. Mainly there are major four types of requests here. There are many requests here, but major are these here. So as put is also not used mostly now. So there is get request, post request, put request and delete request. So it is just like a CRUD operation here. So what is get request? See that here is a method get. So these are the HTTP methods that are used by our REST API here. So get is to read the data and post request is to insert the data, and put, or you can say that patch here, that are used to update the data or used to insert the data here. Other is delete, that is used to delete the data. So now let's see these in details here. So what is our GET request here? So GET is used to request data from a specified source. You can like our database is here. So like I'm erasing this all. Erase all. See that. Now there is our client here. There is our website here. So under that, now this is our database here, and this database is our server here. So means basically you can say that it is a server here. Otherwise, first of all our client will go to server, then server will search the data from database. So here is our client website here. So like there is some like there is a book management system. First of all, here we will add our author name. So here will be our author name here. Then when user will click on enter, so it will send the request to server as a get method, because we want to read the data. So we are passing an author name as a get request that we are seeing here. See that, like a user is equals to Ravi and its password here. So here we can also send ID here. Here we send the unique data, so which define the that database here, and it will be easy for the database to look out that user data with the particular ID here. So this is a request here. If data is founded, so it will give us the response as an a data of that book, like its book name and book published date and many things. So if data is not found, it will simply send us the error, that is our 404 request. So response will be 404. This is a status of the response. So the status of response will be 404. This means not found, not here will be not found. So means our data is not found here. So if see that if we are putting a wrong credential, so our server can block our request also. So if our request blocked, then it will give us a 404 response, or sometimes it give us the 505 also response, because our credentials are not good. So mainly the website needs get request, means for get request, so it need many headers, like there is our for our YouTube, there is our API key. So this is our API key. So API key means this will keep our API secure. So mainly this is used for our post etc request. So but if we are using Munstock etc, so if we are there are many packages like JWT. So JWT is there, so that is considered as our API key. If we want to send our request, if we want to move our page here, move our next page here, so first we have to log in here. If API key is not present, so it will give us a error. It will give us the 404 or 500 internal server error. 500 means it's an internal server error. So get is one of the most common HTTP method here. So like see that first we send in the Google here. So let me show you here. So when I will move to Google, so I will click enter here. So our Google will open. See that our Google is open. This is with help of the API here. So I send the HTTP request here. So I type the website name. So it will give us it will go to the server and search our Google website. So our Google website is displaying now. So now here what we'll do. So like I am searching YouTube. So when I will search YouTube here, see that my ID is logged in here. So here is something, this is a GET request where some parameters, see that this is our one parameter and this is its value, and this value is encrypted here. So here will be our here will be like you can say that a special parameter here, so that will consider our whole information, that this my Gmail account whole information. So by that we are sending our request here, or you can say that anything, like when we click to YouTube here, so here is nothing here. So when I will search any video, click in video, it's here will be like watch and this one here. So that will be our video name, so that is video ID here. So this is known as uniqueness of that ID. So let's move to our presentation again. So note that the query string name value pairs is sent in the URL to GET request, that I already told you. See that like this we have to send some parameters for the GET request here, so that server or database can understand which thing you want to find here. So see that here we are sending our browser request. So this is our file request, you can say that any data here, file here, so 1 KB file. So then it will go to our web server will find the file here. So means find the file, you can say that a server will go to database, and from database it will find some file here, document here, then it will read that file. If that file have status okay, so it will send us the response that will be visible to our browser, so in the form of HTML. It will send us the response in the form of HTML, that is our encoding is our UTF-8. In the form of UTF-8 here, that is our character set. So it will display on our browser page. So if status is 500, so it will send us the status also. So if status is 500 means our API has nothing error, so error is just in our server here. So if there is 404 response status code here, means nothing is found in the response here, so it will give us the error message. So these are the some headers here. So headers like you can say that what is a char set here, you can say that UTF-8 and connection and many things. You can also send here API key here, that we will get to know about when we will do practical here, and after that we will create project of mini YouTube, so that we will get to know. So let's move to post request here. So post request is same like when you add password and when you add your username and when you have login here. So when you click on the login, so it will send the post request here. So here is our client here, and here is our server, and then here is our database here. So first of all we will add our username, and then we will add our password here, then we will click on the login button. So it will send the post request to the server here. So because post request is very secure, so it will not show the URL, not show anything on the URL here that the Google shows like that. So server will get this data and then it will search through the database here, because username will be unique here. So if database found that user, then it will match the password. So if password is correct, So it will go back to server here, then server will send us the response, then you are logged in now, and it will redirect us to the home page. So if password do not found, so server will give us an error here, and it will redirect us to login page. It will remain us to login page, it will not redirect us, and it will send an error 404 with response your email or password do not match. So this is a criteria of post request, and we did not send any URL here. See that. So this is our get request here. So here we did not send any URL here. So URL will be sent by itself, but it is not showing in the browser here. So it will not show in the browser here. So this is sended here, but it is not showing in the browser here. Because why it is not showing in the browser here? See that, because here content IP is application slash x www form URL encoded, because our URL will be encoded there. So this will not show to us, so these will not be visible. So this is our post request. See that post request method requests that a web server accept the data enclosed in body of the request message, most likely for storing it. So it is often used when uploading a file. Yeah, when we upload a file or when we insert a data to a database. So it is mostly used like that. When submitting a form that I show you here, show you an example of login page here. So this is like that. So see that here is one our module here, and this is our server or database here. So see that. So what is a post request here? See that there is a difference between get request and post request here. So here is our interface, and it is internal service that help us to send the HTTP request, that is known as API here. So if we want to download something, so it will give us the get request. It will send the get request to a server here. So with its ID, with download ID here or any unique thing. So if that ID found, so it will give us the data here. So that is get request is used to read the data, so our file will be downloaded. So if we want to upload the data here, so to upload the data we will send first of all post request here. So here will be our post request with credentials here. So that credentials will be encoded here, means these are encrypted here. So you can say that in the server there is any backend language like PHP, Node.js, so it will write to that file to the database, and then it will send us the response here. So it will also send us the response. If data is inserted, so it will send us the response 200 and all data in the file here. So if data is not entered, it will give us some error here, and our file is not uploaded in the database. So this is our post request. So we will get to know in the next video how we can send a post request with React.js also, and with PHP I already told you in the previous series. So you can watch that with PHP, and with React.js we will see here, and other we will do with our Node.js and MongoDB, that in the another series, next series. So now what is put request? Put request is mostly used to edit the data, or you can say that update. It is used for updating the data from the database. So it is same like our post request. So it is same like our post request here. But put request is same like our post request. So its data is also encoded here. Nothing will show in the URL that what parameters you are sending here. So this request is used to put the data, but mostly websites do not use this request. So because there are many errors in this request, so mostly these are not used. So mostly post request is used to update the data also. So there will be SQL query, or there will be any command of MongoDB, etc. So there is an example of put request. So put request, we will send our content type like URL encoded, and we will send the data, and we will send the unique ID here, and also we will send the data that we want to set here. So what it will do, so here is our client here, and here is our database. You can say that server here. So we will send our data to change our username here. So first of all, it will take a unique thing. So we send the data to change username here. So it will take a ID here, unique ID, or it will take the data that field you want to send here. So if ID matches, so it will update the data and send us response with status 200, or you can say that 201 or 200. So 200 means that request is accepted, 201 means that query is done. So if that ID is not found, so it will give us the 404 error. So this is a put request that is same like our post request here. So next, so now there is our delete request. How we can send our delete request? So delete request is used to delete any source here. So like see that here is delete request here. So see that here is our here is our client here, and then here is our server here. So it will send the request here. See that like this. This is a Postman software that we will also use in the Node.js series. So this is a post request here, a delete request here. Delete request, and see that here is. So let me do the eraser here. Select the eraser. See that this is a request here, this is a domain here, and there is API, and this is our API name. So this is also API name, and this is API sub name, and then we want to our delete operation, and this is our unique ID. So we want to delete our first data. So it will send the response here. If ID matches, so it will delete that data, will send us to response with 200 or 2001 status. That is here our 201 status that your data is deleted. Otherwise, see that like this. This is our response here, delete successfully, and this is status 202 that is accepted, or it can be 201 also, because this data is accepted here. So this is our delete request. See that the delete method request that origin server delete the source identified by the request URI. So it will delete the source that is identified by the server or database here. So this method may be overridden by human. So means we can this method can be overridden what example can I show you? So this example I will tell you in the next video. So let's move further here. So now our requests are completed here. So we know about how what are requested, what type of requests are here, and what is the purpose of that request. So in the next video, in the detail, we will see how we can send our API request. And for request for React.js, we will use our Axios package. So it is like this. See that. So there is our Axios, and we are sending a post request here. See that there is headers here. There is a token here. In the headers there is token here. This is known as our API key. Means this is a key of our API. Without this we can not send our request here. But in the next video we will do our free request here. So we will not use our API key here. So without API key we will send the request here, and in the upcoming project of our this mini YouTuber, so there we will use our API key. So like there is a songs, API name is songs, and this is our ID here. So slash like, we want to like the song which is having a ID, this ID, see that I am writing one here, and headers are also here. So then dot then means response, what response is sent here, so it will dispatch that response and it will run this function here. So if there is an error, so it will dispatch that error and then it will run a error function here. So these are here. So this type is mostly, this is for the React Redux that we will also see here. So now there is another here, Postman software. So that we will use with when we will use MongoDB here, when we will learn MongoDB and Node.js here. So then we will use our Postman here. So we will not use client as React.js, that we will use in the React.js, we will use in the Munstack tutorials. So we will use this software. So you can also install this software. This is very good software to check an API here. So there are many requests here, get request, post, delete, patch request, and many other requests also are there. So at last, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. So take care. This is a smiley here. So take care. I will see you in the next video. So if you have any queries, then please comment in the comment section. I will definitely respond to it. So next video is going to be very interesting. So we are going to learn about REST API here, means how we can send requests here. So please like and share this video. So I created a video for you and presentation for you here, so I can explain you about the REST API. Then we will do our practical in the next video. So at last, thanks for watching.